Here's 20, yes, 20 of the best hidden gem left wingers in Football Manager 2023. We're going through the series, we've done strikers, and obviously we're going to do every single position. We're going to start off with Andreas Schledrolop. So please hit like, please hit subscribe, because I've tried my best to pronounce that one. But in all seriousness, Andreas Schledrolop, or however you say it, is literally one of the best attacker midfield left prospects in the game, let alone hidden gems, right? You might have heard of him already if you're into the Football Manager scene. If you're not, you probably haven't. He's a resolute winger, an 18-year-old Norwegian. He's got great first touch and dribbling, anticipation off the ball already in this save, and don't forget, different saves can be different, etc. But generally, we have seen this guy like be class on most people's saves. Looking under the bonnet, we can see that he's fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country, can play in a couple of positions, and should be available for around 5 million quid. Next, we got Enrique Pereira, a left midfielder with a resolute personality who's right-footed. He's 20 years old already here in this save. Well, in your save as well, I'd assume. And his standout attributes here are acceleration, pace, natural fitness, dribbling, determination, and of course flair. In terms of scout reports, we can see he's already at 20 a fairly consistent performer and is fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country. A really good signing that you could pick up for probably about £1 million at the start of the game. Alberto Moliero next, a balanced personality attacking midfielder who's 18 years old. Now the media here have described him as an attacking midfielder, but my scout in this particular save says his best position is attacking midfield left. Crucially, that's how we're categorizing each position in this video series. Dribbling 15 already, technique 16, flair 15, a really good attacking midfielder. Obviously, you can see his acceleration and pace leave a little bit to be desired, which is probably why he gets that media description of attacking midfielder, and probably why I would prefer to play him in the 10 role. In terms of reports, we can see balanced normal personality, fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country, and again, would cost you less than 5 million quid at the start of the game. Next, we got Tobias Gogginson, one of the set of brilliant young Norwegian players we got in the game this year. Can play centre midfield, but crucially, again, my scout reckons his best position is attacking midfield left. He's agile, got great stamina, huge determination, as you would expect probably from the Nordic part of the world. He's got dribbling, first touch, technique, nothing really too stand out at the moment, but don't forget he's only 19 years old, he's not 13, there's no 13-year-olds in the game. Consistency, spirited individual. Look how dark green that consistency is already at the age of 19. That is something to write home about, and look at the transfer value. You'll get him for between 170k and 1.7 million, an absolute must buy. Sergei Pinev next, a balanced winger who can play on the left wing, of course. He's right-footed. His standard attributes here in this particular save: agility, acceleration, natural fitness, as well as dribbling and flair. Really low work rate here. That could obviously be variable in your save, but when we look under the bonnet, we can see he's a fairly consistent performer, which is obviously good. Again, around 5 million quid to pick up this guy. He's got huge potential. Now, Joao Rego, the 17-year-old Portuguese balanced young winger, is hugely versatile. He can play left wing, right wing, centre midfield, attacking centre midfield, and up front. His attributes here in this save leave a little bit to be desired, but you would hope, being only 17, he is going to improve hugely given the right circumstances. And again, at the age of 17, to have a fairly consistent performer attribute here on the scout report is a hugely beneficial thing to have. Look how cheap he is. 145k to 1.5 million. That's very good. Ernst Poco next, 10.5 million. You'll pick up this guy. I picked him up in my Watford Wonderkids save, which we got live on Twitch. www.twitch.tv/FMWKDS if you want to join in the live streams there. Again, leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of technicality and mentality at this young age of 18, but what he has got is explosive pace, and crucially, he can use either foot. That is not to be underestimated. Nothing really stands out in terms of his underlying stats, but we can see that he needs to work further on his development in terms of being a consistent player. That is something hopefully he could get good at, and again, it's a variable attribute. Ulrich next, no relation to the drummer from Metallica, Lars Ulrich, although he has got some absolutely heavy metal stats. He can play centre midfield, attacking midfield, left midfield. He's flair, he's got dribbling, and he has got great technique. Look how versatile he is. That is insane. Scout reports tell us you'll pick him up for under 3 million quid, and he's fairly consistent already. Definitely one to watch. Thales Magno next, one of the standout Wonderkids in Football Manager 2023, although in this save his potential ability is only 148 and you have to have 150 or above to become a Wonderkid in that media description. But obviously, look how good he is already at the age of 20. He's Brazilian, not capped yet, but that will change, I'm sure, in the future. Good technique, as you would expect. Good dribbling, good flair, and great in terms of physicality as well. Scout reports tell us he's already a fairly consistent performer and a spirited individual, and he'll cost you about 10 million quid. Next we got Bradley Barcoa, the 19-year-old kid who has got good acceleration and good pace. He's a balanced winger here according to the media, and here's what it says on the tin, right? You can play right midfield, left midfield, you can play up front. He's fast and he's cheap. 5 million tops you're going to get this guy for. Again, consistent performer already at this young age. That is a great sign. And look at the bottom right hand corner here. In terms of the Brentford team that I'm scouting with here, he's going to be the best of the best. Ryan Cherky next. Potentially you've heard of this guy before if you've been playing Football Manager for any period of time, but we did decide to include him on the hidden gem list just because it's my list and I'll put it on there whoever I want. Left winger, can play centrally, can play on the right, can play in centre midfield, can play up front, so hugely versatile. Had huge potential in the last game, similar in this game as well, maybe not as huge in terms of potential in the last game, if that makes any sense at all. Great dribbling, great flair, great agility as well. Under the bonnet, nothing really stands out, good or bad, and you'll pick him up for about 10 million quid, which is definitely worth it for someone with like those stats at the moment and that potential. Gianluca Prestiiani next. Look how well-rounded this guy is. I'd suggest maybe playing him or training him in the centre of the midfield here, although he is best position according to my scouts on the left. He can also play naturally on the right and in centre of the attacking midfield position. 16 years old. Such a young kid and such great attributes for that age already. What a guy. 7 million quid tops you'll pick this guy up for. It's a bargain. Sergio Ariba next, a 20-year-old Real Madrid B team player who's left-footed and a fairly determined winger, has got excellent attributes. He's already fast, got good flair and excellent determination in this save. Good crossing and good dribbling, as well as like a good corner taker, right? And good free kick taker. At this young, well, at the age of 20, or at the age of anything, it's always worth having good corner takers in your team, and he's a left-footed one as well, so take note of that. Reports-wise, again, nothing really stands out in terms of good or in terms of bad, but he will cost you a pretty penny, somewhere between 17 and 20 million. Gabriel Veron, the 19-year-old Brazilian playing for Porto, has got what it takes to become a world-class winger. He's right-footed. Ideally, he likes to play on the left, but he's equally suited to the right and can play pretty much any position in the front of the pitch. Should be fairly susceptible to injuries, according to my scout, and will cost you about 7 million quid, but he's an A+ sign-in here, according to my Brentford team. Diego Moreira next, and this 17-year-old Portuguese flair player is balanced in terms of personality, described as a winger in terms of the media, and is left-footed. Already he has amazing technique, dribbling skills, and great natural fitness. Is available for about 3 million quid and is a fairly consistent performer already. Get him into your teams. Nasi Unvar, the 19-year-old Dutch player, has got great technique and great flair already at the age of just 19. A fairly determined attacking midfielder here with the best position of attacking midfield left according to my scouts. Reports-wise, nothing really stands out and he will cost you a pretty penny, about 15 million, but he's going to be world-class and is pretty much almost world-class already. Nico Sereno is such a versatile player. A balanced winger he's described as here by the media and by his personality trait. He's left-footed and prefers to play on the left, you can see, but it's like I said, he's versatile almost anywhere on the pitch. He's a mentality monster already at this age and is already fairly consistent. Like, he'll cost you a bit of money, between 15 and 20 million quid, but I'd suggest that's worth it for this guy. Adam Housley will cost you a pretty penny, but you can see at the age of 19, he's already one of the best youngsters in the game in terms of attacking midfield left. Also comfortable playing striker as well. He's an ambitious winger, according to the media here. And he's got a flair of 17 as well as pace and acceleration of 16 on this save. Reports-wise, we can see he's a fairly consistent performer already at this age. No wonder he's going to cost you about 25 to 30 million quid. World class. Next, we've got David Carloca, about 15 million quid. He'll set you back at the start of the game. Nothing really standing out for us in terms of attributes at the moment, but we know he's going to grow into a great player. He's got a potential ability of 166 here on this save, but should be looking to add a greater consistency to his game, which could be a concern. Finishing up with Julian Darenville, a potential ability of 166 here on this save. Comfortable on the right, comfortable on the left. He's fast, agile, and got great natural fitness. A fairly determined winger he's described as here in the save, and his determination of 15 and technique of 14 underline that, as well as dribbling of 14 as well, to be fair. He's a natural in a couple of positions. His acceleration underpins his overall speed, possesses great pace, fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country, displays a fairly determined attitude, but should be looking to add greater consistency to his game, so something to be wary of. Here's your shortlist. Here's the 20 players, or 21 it might be, players that I've spoken about today. Here's the asking price here in this column. If you'd like to download this shortlist as well as all the other shortlists that we've ever made, consider hitting the join button down below or Patreon. That's in the video description. But please hit like, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.